High drama in Hyderabad made national headlines when YS Sharmila was actually towed away in a car while she was sitting in it. I'm Barkha Dutt, you're with the Mojo story. These are the images that have made national headlines. YS Sharmila, who is, of course, the leader, the president of the YSR Telangana party, also the sister of Jagan Reddy, made headlines as she was sitting in a car that was towed away, she says, on the orders of the KCR government in Telangana. Sharmila is looking to build a political profile for herself, separate from her brother in Telangana. She says she is not an outsider. Hyderabad and Telangana is her home province. But these images really grab national attention, catapulting Sharmila immediately to national attention. What was going on in her mind when she was sitting inside that car as she was being towed away? Well, we'll be talking to her in a couple of minutes from now. But first, let's play out that dramatic video that had everyone's attention.
Class bench of
So really quite dramatic footage there, and Sharmila is with us now. Sharmila, let me ask you, when that car was taking you away, you're looking very calm in it. Were you really calm or were you angry?
No, I was quite calm. It was quite expected. I did expect that KCR's government is going to do something really atrocious. This happened as a sequence to them burning my bus. This happened as a sequence to them attacking me, my cadre, breaking the windshields of my cars, almost running my people over with their vehicle. This happened after all of this havoc on the next day. So I wasn't surprised at all.
Why do you think they're targeting you in this way?
Well, I think it's because I've completed a padyatra of 3,500 kilometers, and I think that seemed like a milestone to them because the whole agenda of the padyatra has been to throw light on the problems of the people of Telangana, questioning KCR also on why he is not fulfilling his promises. He promised to waive off loans for the farmers. He promised to give interest-free loans to the women. He promised a job for house. He promised double bedroom homes for the poor. He promised unemployment stipend. He promised all sorts of things. And I have every day since the Padayatra began been questioning why he is not fulfilling his promises and also raising issues of his own corruption, of the Chief Minister's corruption, because Kaleshwaram project is the biggest scam of India today because our Chief Minister has siphoned off 70,000 crores of rupees and this money came from central financial institutions. So I have been questioning him, I have been defaming him all these days, and then we crossed a milestone of 3,500 kilometers. And therefore, I think they panic now because this is starting to affect TRS party. This is starting to affect Mr. KCR himself. So that's why I think this whole thing was strategically planned out to create a law and order problem and then put the blame on me or, give the excuse of the law and order problem and then arrest me and make sure this Padayatra doesn't go on.
Tell me this, I'll come to the politics in a moment, but you said you were quite calm when you were sitting in that car as it was being towed away. But you have said that you felt insulted. You felt that as a political opponent, you should have been, treated better, treated differently. Talk a little bit about that feeling.
Well, it's a sad state of affairs in the state of Telangana. Because if you see, this is the murder of democracy. All I wanted to do was a Padayatra and I had every permission to do it on paper, like officially. And in spite of all that, the TRS party Gundas attacked me and none of them were arrested. But I, being the victim, I was arrested and brought to Hyderabad. So this is a sad state of affairs in Telangana because democracy is being murdered here. And Mr. KCR, the Chief Minister, acts like a dictator here. So the whole thing, when you look at the whole thing, the whole picture, it's actually demeaning. It's demeaning the other political parties in Telangana. It's actually the murder of democracy. So it's really sad. It's really insulting.
Those are
I
strong
was
words.
standing for the people.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am, you were saying something.
No, I was saying those are strong words. Go ahead, complete your thought.
Yeah, so that's what is happening here. So this tyranny has to stop. The whole point is that if KCR's government continues like this, if this happens for another term, then the state will be completely rooted. As it is, a state with a budget that was with a leftover budget, KCR has turned it into a debt-ridden state. Today we have 4 lakh crores of debt. And please mind that this is just an 8-year-old state. And the state of affairs is really sad because the state today, KCR today has his hand in every kind of scam. His family is involved in the corruption in the contracts. His daughter is involved in the liquor scam. His son is involved in the real estate scam. They do all kinds of things. They're horribly corrupt. And therefore, I'm saying, I appeal to the whole of the country of India, the people of India itself. Please turn around and see. Please take note of this man. This man is now launching a national party called the Bharatiya Rashtra Samiti. And I'm saying that this man is just looted the state of Telangana, and by the same virtue, he thinks he can loot our country also. Beware.
Let me ask you this. You're speaking about corruption allegations against the KCR government in Telangana. They would turn around, of course, and talk about the corruption allegations against your brother, and that takes me to a question that has often been asked. When your brother was undertaking the padyatra before, of course, he became the chief minister of Andhra Pradesh, you were also doing large stretches of the padyatra for him. But since then, there is a sense that you have not got political space in Andhra, and you are trying to therefore create a space for yourself in Telangana. Why Telangana? Talk a little bit about that. And do you wish you'd had that space in Andhra instead of Telangana?
No, no. If I wanted that kind of space in Andhra, I would have claimed it. I would have possessed it at any point in time. The whole point I am in Telangana is because I have always been in Telangana. I grew up here. I studied here. I went to school here. I went to college here. I married here. I bore a son here. I bore a daughter here. I belong here. My life is here. My past is here. My future is going to be here. I belong here, and therefore the whole thought process was to bring about YSR's regime back into Telangana because under KCR's misrule, the people are suffering. KCR has murdered every single scheme my father has brought about. Fees reimbursement was one of the most popular schemes. Arogyasri was one of the most popular schemes. The farmers were happy during YSR's reign. All this is not happening now. So the sole agenda of YSR Telangana party is to bring back YSR's kind of regime.
What are the realistic political chances for somebody like you, new party, young party? Will you consider joining hands with other non TRS parties, or maybe it will be BRS, TRS parties in Telangana before the elections?
You understand that my life would have been so much easier had I joined the Congress or the BJP or TRS. Because the BJP and and the Congress would have offered me the chief minister candidature and welcomed me into their parties, and my life would have been so much easier. The only reason I did not opt any of those options is because I do not agree the way they functioned in Telangana. Because while Mr. KCR has been atrociously, wickedly looting our state, not the Congress, not the BJP did anything about it since the past 8.5 years. So basically, I don't agree with their kind of functioning in the state of Telangana. I don't agree with their state ideology. I don't agree with their with any of those parties, and that's the whole reason I launched my own YSR Telangana party under the name of my own father. So I do not see myself aligning myself with anybody. I do not see myself agreeing with anybody in the future. So that's how that stands now.
So you're going to be a sole warrior. Let me ask you in the end, how tough is it as a woman in politics? You're recasting in a way the party in your father's memory, but you are surrounded by men who may not want to share that space with you. How tough has it been?
It has been very tough. I am the daughter of the late Chief Minister, the tall leader, Dr. YSR. And in spite of that, the kind of discrimination I face, the sexist remarks I face, is just abominable. It's just loathsome. It's just unbelievable. People call me all kinds of things. One of the ministers himself said, call me something that in Hindi would mean Mangalwar Sali kind of a comment, you know. And the chief minister's son himself made comments like, this woman is doing vratas. So, like, women are meant to do vratas kind of a comment. So, yeah, so it's quite demeaning, quite insulting actually. And if somebody like me has to face it, imagine the ordinary women of our country. Imagine their plight, imagine their struggle. I really feel bad for the state of affairs in our country, the way they discriminate women, the way they look down on women, even educated men, even literate men, even it's just unbelievable. This is just not right.
And all I can say is that looking at your very calm demeanor in that car as it towed you away, I think you do have the fighting part. Of course, women have to fight so much more than men to do the same job, probably 10 times more than scrutinized, 100 times more.
Exactly. I agree.
Thank you, Sharmila. All the best to you. And thank you very
Thank
much for
you.
talking to us. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.